Up next, one size does not fit all.
When it comes to learning, different children may do better with different approaches. What that might say about your child, coming up in Family Matters. We all learn in different ways. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work as well for another. Caroline Riddell takes a look at that in today's Family Matters.
Well, Sue, of course, we all want our children to be the best learners they can be. And one way to get started, figure out what style of learning they are drawn to. Take a look.
She's just like...
One family, 3 kids, 3 different ways of learning. Ben prefers to write things down when he studies.
I try to write it down in capital letters because then I have to actually think about what I'm writing. It just doesn't come naturally for me.
Hannah uses silly putty to help her concentrate.
If I have something in my hand, it helps me kind of get rid of that energy and focus on the teacher.
Familiar tunes work for Claire.
I think it was like, heathen, irreligious, uncivilized, and unenlightened, or something like that, and it helped me remember it a lot, so that was helpful.
Learning styles can be very different and varied, but are often grouped into 3 categories: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. But what does that mean, and where does your child fit in? Experts say at an early age, visual learners are particularly interested in illustrations and photos, and when recalling an event, they may remember what people were wearing more than what actually happened. Auditory learners rely on listening. Some signs your child may lean in that direction: you notice they repeat commercials or song lyrics. And then there are those who are hands-on and learn by doing.
It's not enough to show this child how you beat an egg. He needs to get the fork and sit there at the table and do it, and perhaps do it again and again.
Deborah Skolnik of Parenting Magazine says knowing children's learning styles can help you capitalize on their strengths. For example, parents of visual learners might adapt the way they teach.
Take a picture for getting dressed in the morning. Take a picture for in the bathroom with her toothbrush. Put the pictures in order and put them like on her dresser, and she can use it as sort of a visual reference as she gets ready. Helps her memorize the sequence of events.
For auditory learners, you may want to narrate your actions, repeat directions, or encourage children to rehearse new information out loud. For parents of hands-on learners, be tolerant. If your children are squirmy, it doesn't mean they're not listening. Try building discipline and rewards into lessons or including physical activities. Though it's helpful to understand various learning styles, remember, a child may not fit into just one category.
Even if your child seems to have one tendency more than the other, that doesn't mean that she won't benefit from a variety of different approaches.
There are lots of theories on this topic and some disagreement over how learning styles are broken down. Again, important to point out, one size doesn't fit all, and children may use a combination of approaches to master a task, but what experts say can help is figuring out early on what strategies seem to work for your child.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, Caroline. That wraps up the news here at 5:30. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
News Channel 4 at 6 starts right now. Good night.